Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is George Kingori and I'm your online finance guy who speaks about all things finance, how you can be able to invest, how you can be able to save, how you can be able to grow your financial affairs. And today I'm going to speak about things you do not need to spend your money on. What are these things that you spend your money on that you do not need to save money on, to spend money on, and instead save and invest towards your financial future? And here are the things that we are going to speak about. So the first thing you should not be spending money on is on mobile usage contracts. Why should you pay at the beginning of the month for so many amount of minutes and so much data at the beginning of the month? Why should you prepay your mobile usage? Ladies and gentlemen, a research was done and it was figured out that 90% of the people who have such prepaid contracts actually do not use even half of what they pay for. Ladies and gentlemen, this statistic is especially even more critical in the year 2020 when we had a lockdown. Many people did not actually use what they paid for. So why would you need a prepaid mobile contract that forces you to pay a certain amount every month? Ladies and gentlemen, get a postpaid one where you pay after the event and actually pay for the data and the minutes you actually use. So that is one of the first things that you should not be paying for, and I personally do not pay for. So the other thing that you need to stop paying for is for bank accounts that have maintenance fees. Ladies and gentlemen, why should I pay you to keep money for me and yet you use my money to invest and give people loans and help yourself? Why should I pay you to help yourself? Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a bank account that charges you monthly maintenance fees or annual maintenance fees or whatever maintenance fees that they charge, please get out of that bank. There are so many banks that do not charge you on a monthly basis, on an annual basis, and actually issue credit cards and cards for free. Why? Because you're keeping your money there and they are actually making money from your money. So that is the second thing you should not be paying for. Then the other thing that you need not pay for is household insurance fees. Ladies and gentlemen, why are you insuring your couches and tables and coffee machines? Ladies and gentlemen, stop the habit of insuring household items. It is easier to replace than to pay off these things. Ladies and gentlemen, thieves stopped stealing household items. They are cumbersome, they are hectic, and even selling them is a headache. Ladies and gentlemen, avoid insuring your household stuff. The other thing that you need to avoid paying for is personal liability insurance. Ladies and gentlemen, please separate this from professional liability insurance. Professional liability insurance is the kind of insurance that professionals take to be able to ensure that if somebody comes and sues them because of what they did or say, or how they misled them, or how they caused them to have a financial loss, then that insurance pays off this third party for any loss that they have incurred because of the professional activity of this and this so individual. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a professional liability insurance, and that one I do specifically encourage professionals to take. However, personal liability insurance is where you take an insurance just in case you might cause somebody's phone to fall down and breaks, and maybe it is an expensive home. So for personal things, ladies and gentlemen, the chances that you are going to break somebody's window walking on by yourself are extremely rare. The chances that you are going to make somebody's phone fall down are extremely rare. Please resist from taking personal insurance, liability insurance, ladies and gentlemen. Then the other thing that you should avoid having, and this is specifically for your car, is comprehensive insurance. Ladies and gentlemen, unless your car is a unique car whose replacement cost is extremely high, ladies and gentlemen, do not take comprehensive insurance. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, you are insuring for a good that is actually losing value. So why are you insuring a big amount of money that you are taking as insurance for something that is losing value every day. Just take the most basic that you can to cover other people and not yourself, ladies and gentlemen. And that is why you do not buy a new car, because it forces you also to take on insurance that is expensive to you for an asset that is losing value every day. So do not take comprehensive insurance. Why should you pay 4% or much more of the value of the car every year to somebody just because it might get stolen or it might get into an accident? Ladies and gentlemen, it is cheaper to drive safer and to take care of your car than to pay this insurance. Ladies and gentlemen, the other thing that you need to stop spending money on is in fashionable clothes, trendy clothes, the latest designer clothes. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not need to wear designer labels, ladies and gentlemen. You can wear the normal clothes and they work still fine. They still cover your body and they still make you look smart. So avoid buying things that have big labels across the chest to be able to show off a certain brand that you are trying to represent. Buy cheap, available clothes. Ladies and gentlemen, the other thing that you need to avoid paying for exotic fruits. If these fruits are so expensive and they come from across the world, in fact, they travel further across the world than you and all your relatives combined. They have traveled further than all of you have traveled for all your life. Please do not buy these fruits. Why should you buy exotic foreign fruits? They are locally available fruits and even imported fruits that are even cheaper than you think. So do not buy exotic expensive fruits. They are not worthy. The vitamin C in that fruit that you are getting from abroad is the same vitamin C that you will get from your local carrot. So take it from me, ladies and gentlemen, you do not need to spend millions on exotic fruits. The other thing that you need to stop spending money on, especially if you are young and capable, is life insurance. Ladies and gentlemen, I would rather invest for the future of your dependents and your children rather than take life insurance. There are so many people who have not read the fine print that basically says that indeed they are going to lose value in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, the only reason you should take life insurance, if you are old, you are sickly, and you have young children who need some taking care of when you die. So ladies and gentlemen, avoid taking life insurance, especially if you are young and capable. The other thing, ladies and gentlemen, that you need to stop buying is expensive household stuff. Why do you need big television sets, ladies and gentlemen? Why do you need big music systems? You are not a club, ladies and gentlemen. And if you were to buy that big music system, there are always restrictions in every community and in every neighborhood on how much noise you can actually make. So why are you buying something big to only use for 1% of the time? Ladies and gentlemen, why do you need a 6-burner cooker and you only make 2 meals at any particular time? Ladies and gentlemen, let us use wisdom. And let us not be emotional. You do not have to spend big and get big things to live a comfortable life. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to ensure that you do not spend on household stuff, because again, at the end of the day, you will need a bigger house in a fancier neighborhood to be able to stay with your big fancy items and pay more rent. Use wisdom, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be an emotional spender. Ladies and gentlemen, the other thing that you need to stop paying for is home fire insurance. The chances of your house catching fire in this day and age, with all the safety devices that have been put in place, from smoke detectors to carbon monoxide and so many other detectors that a home actually has. And remember, these are gadgets that you buy one of and you do not need to pay every other day. Ladies and gentlemen, the chances that your house will catch fire in this day and age are so low that, in fact, it is easier for you to be struck by lightning in the middle of the Congo, where we have the highest number of lightning strikes, than for your house to catch fire. So stop paying for things you do not need to pay for. The other thing, ladies and gentlemen, you need to stop paying for is fancy dinners. Why do you need to pay for a dinner $400 and more for a dinner for two? in a restaurant. Ladies and gentlemen, I have seen so many fancy places that are not as fancy in terms of expenses. They are not as expensive. Ladies and gentlemen, when you have to pay more than $50 for a plate of food for a place, please avoid, run and walk away. Ladies and gentlemen, no ingredient is that fancy and that expensive to cause you to spend more than $50 per plate. Walk away, ladies and gentlemen. If it is a meal you are eating for one time, you do not need to spend more than $50. The other thing, ladies and gentlemen, you need to avoid is staying in expensive hotels. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, if you are gone out on holiday, most fun that you are going to have is out there, not in a hotel room. And if you go to travel to enjoy hotel rooms, maybe you need to evaluate your life. Maybe you're not living a fruitful life. Maybe you do not have enough friends to make you leave your personal home, your personal abode, your personal sanctuary to go and stay in a hotel room the whole day and enjoy. So you do not need to spend money on expensive hotel rooms. Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many tricks and hacks that you would be able to find that will help you be able to travel cheaply and enjoy the best places at the most affordable rates. Ladies and gentlemen, the other thing that you need to stop spending money on is fancy water. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the water that I'm speaking about. Water is just water. Ladies and gentlemen, unless it is the special type of water that comes from a specific spring that has specific minerals that are rare to find, maybe somewhere that is so pristine and so precious, or maybe it is water that has come from the polar regions, something like that. Do not spend money on purified tap water with a label. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to start thinking and stop doing funny spending. The other thing, ladies and gentlemen, you need to stop spending money on is fancy water bottles. Why do you need a fancy water bottle that is metallic and has a certain angle that you need to hold and things like that when it is just holding water? Even a plastic clear water bottle still works. Why do you need fancy water bottles that you buy that maintain temperatures and change colors and do this and that? Buy a normal plastic water bottle, cheap. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing is what you are drinking, not what is holding what you are drinking. Ladies and gentlemen, the other thing that people waste their money on is on the latest phones and gadgets. If you need to buy a phone or you need to buy a computer, do not buy the latest one that has just come out. In fact, I made my own research on a specific iPhone that was coming out. I thought it looked nice and the specifications were indeed wonderful. So the price of this particular iPhone was 800 euros. Far too expensive for me. But I kept away from buying it. But funny enough, 6 months later, when another phone was coming out, the old phone was all of a sudden 450 euros. Almost 50% reduction in price for just 6 months of waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to line up like the other fools. Let me just call them fools. You do not need to line up like the other fools, waiting to buy an overpriced, overhyped phone. Ladies and gentlemen, time we start thinking and start reaching our financial goal. I hope that I have been helpful to you. I hope that you are gleaning and you are enjoying your day. I hope that I am always helpful to you and that I'm always helping you reach your financial desired journey. Thank you and enjoy your day.